In this video, I want to give you an idea for something that you could do to achieve an open sound on your guitar without actually having to retune the strings. To do this, I use something that I refer to as a cut capo, and I've given a link in the description below of where you can buy one of these from Amazon. And it is designed specifically to just cover strings 5, 4, and 3 on the 2nd fret. And you can see from habit of use, you can actually see right there across the top those string impressions that I've made over the years, as it just covers 3 strings. So what we've done in doing this is basically created an open tuning where the open 6th string and bottom 2 strings, 1 and 2, are still open, but we've got a suspended E chord in the middle. And inside of this, there's a box of notes that we can just hammer on and pull off to and sound really cool along the 4th and 6th frets of the guitar in strings 5, 4, and 3. And also another thing that's cool about this method from just very, very open tunings and open sounds of E is that you can play standard shaped chords. I'm a little bit out of tune. Usually you'll need to retune once you put this thing on because it pulls your middle strings a little bit out and your open strings will still be in standard. But anyway, you can still play standard chords. Like a D-shaped chord is still going to hold. It's still going to hold a D tone to it. Of course, this isn't a real D. This would be an E. A G-shaped chord is still going to sound like a G-shaped chord. This is actually an A, since we're on now the 5th fret of it. Your A-shaped chord will still sound good in this key. So really anything that would be in the key of D or in the key of D shapes, which is really the key of E here, will sound good. A B minor shape sounds really good here. An A7 shape sounds very good here. You can get an F sharp major shape that sounds okay here. You can even jump below the capo and with your first finger fret the you can fret the 6th string 2nd fret and then put your pinky finger down on the 5th string 4th fret and then strum across everything else and get a good F sharp minor. This is good for playing basically in the key of E. So if you like playing power chords, get a good open ringing sound, and then whenever you shift to actual G, D, and A chords, it still sounds very open. Another good thing about this method is that if you've got 2 capos, so let's say that you've got a standard capo and you want to put it on the 3rd fret and then capo your cut capo on the 5th fret, what we've done is if we fret now the real 7th fret, the 3rd string 7th fret, we've got a G chord. And if we play in D shapes, we're playing in the key of G. So this is now a G, that is now a D, that is now a G, but we can do it with a very open ringing feel. One mode of chords that I like in this open tuning is if I'm playing a G chord or a G shape. So I've got, relative to the short capo, I've got my 2nd finger on the 6th string 3rd fret. A lot of times I like to put my pinky finger down on the 3rd string relative 4th fret relative to our cut capo, and then you can just let bend your wrist so that everything else that's not being fretted is left open, and you get a very nice open sounding chord. You can take this shape and move it up 2 frets, and then you can take your pinky and move it up 1 fret and move your 2nd finger up 2 frets to really use your ring finger for this, so that now my ring finger and pinky finger are both on the real 12th fret of the guitar. Ring finger 6th string, pinky finger 3rd string. You can get very nice sounding chords that are open without retuning your guitar. This would be the key of G. If you go up 2 more frets with both and you play in your D shapes, this would be key of A. So anyway, hopefully this just gives you an idea of how you can get an open tuning from your guitar without retuning it. You take them all off and you play a G chord, C chord, A minor chord. You're still in standard tuning. So this is a fun way to get open chord sounds without actually having to retune.